Sex for men is like pizza. The bad pizza is still good pizza. And dude, I think there is one time in my life that I was like, well, this was not pleasant. Other than that.
Oh my God.
Hi, my name is Alan and I'm from Brazil.
Hi, my name is Malaika and I am from Egypt.
Hi, my name is Umar, I'm from Pakistan.
Hey, what's up? I'm Marcus the Music on Instagram, Marcus for short, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
¿Qué tal? I'm Gabriela Cortez and I'm from Chile.
I'm Paula and I am from Croatia.
and just have hookup partners with no emotion attached.
No, I missed the question.
I'm not okay with this.
I think a casual one night or couple nights thing with no emotions is possible, but it's like if you're seeing somebody for a year on a friends with benefits basis, there's no way there's no emotions.
For me, there's always an emotional connection every time I'm intimate with somebody. So I wouldn't be able to step forward and say, I can go do this and not be emotionally connected to this. And like,
how you cannot compartmentalize?
But if you're seeing that person for a year, like let's say you're seeing them for a year, you're telling me by the end of the year there's like zero emotions.
So well, no, it's very possible. It's very possible to be in a relationship and then to lose emotions or to not feel something for somebody, but then I stop being intimate with them. It's an important aspect of intimacy for me.
To me personally, it's like a switch.
That's frightening.
When is a very clear thing. This is just friends with benefits. I don't see a future here, but I like hooking up with you. Are you cool with that? I'm cool with that.
I'm not cool with that.
Boundaries.
Cool with that.
Boundaries.
That shit hurts me.
I think people
hurt me.
People don't know how to. I think people have a really hard time outlining their boundaries, and that's why it gets so blurred so easily.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen successfully. It's as simple as communicating it and actually following through with what you're saying. And a lot of people can't do that, and that's the foundational problem.
Yeah, but also if you're talking about friends with benefits, you have some sort of bond with them. You enjoy their company to some degree. When you start having sex with them, if the sex is good on top of that, then a part of you goes, hey, wait, maybe this could be the complete package because I enjoy your company anyway.
Because isn't the term friend is someone you have some level of relationship with? Because if you don't, then you're basically just have a free escort.
Good point. Thank you. Right.
I believe in waiting a minimum of 3 dates before getting intimate with someone.
How did that first date go, though?
First dates, typically I'm getting to know them. It's a very boring answer, but that's how I do it typically. The most important thing to see, even for sex, is there any physical chemistry or some sort of chemistry? Do I enjoy spending time with them as well? Because if it's just really difficult and a drag, I don't know if I'm going to take it further than that.
I think I'm gonna move on up. I think that the people that you sleep with can affect you on a very energetic level, and I think people aren't very conscious of that. There's only so much that you can grasp on just the first date of asking questions and seeing how, I don't know, they eat their food. Or something as simple as that, like just learning their nuances. It takes a little bit of time. It is like the final thing that you offer somebody on a very deep and physical level, and I think it's something that should be protected.
It's funny you mentioned spirituality because I have had encounters that I didn't feel great after all, and I just want to take a shower not only because of like a sweaty and all, just because I literally feel dirty.
Yeah, like
and
you
I want
feel like you gave something away. That
I want to
wasn't.
wash that energy
Yeah.
out of me, you know. So it's funny.
Well, I think it can be spiritual, and I think that it can impact you that way if that's the kind of person you are. But it's very individualistic. Some people are just sexually open, especially in today's world where it's so over-sexualized. That's not really the gift anymore. The gift is I'm going to be there for you. It's these other things, and that's kind of something like you got to know if that's going to work. What if you wait the 90 days, like Buddy down there, and then God, 90 days later you find out that this person is terrible?
I've had a 5-year relationship from sleeping with someone on the first date. To me, if I slept with someone on the first date and then they said, okay, now let's go for the second, third, because, you know, I want to keep talking. To me, that's even better because I feel like you're waiting and you're talking, yeah, it's so nice to get to know someone, but shouldn't you be able to get to know someone before or after sex anyway? Yeah. So to me, if I have the sex on the first date because we just have that chemistry amazing, and then he says, okay, now I definitely really want to talk to you, know, to me, that's amazing because I'm like, okay, we got the sex, I got to know if I like your equipment, if everything works well, but now you still want to know me? That feels even better.
You are
to
amazing.
Me. Do our souls connect? So,
So it's a huge part for your in terms of connection.
It's huge because I can have a conversation with a mother, with a friend, or I have friends. Can I have a lover?
It's okay to tell your partner your body count?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. Definitely okay.
I will.
It's okay.
I don't think it's a first date question necessarily, but I think like if you know the person and you guys have a connection and they ask you, if you feel bad about it, that's fine. But I don't think we should feel ashamed of saying, yeah, this many. I'm dating a guy, for example, and he tells me, oh, like my number is this and it's really high. If we're together and like, you know, and I'm like the person that they're committed to, it's like, yeah, that's nice because it means that I must be like
Well
special,
put.
you know?
Well, you should never feel bad about your own number. It's just you're not going to have control of how the other person's going to take it.
And what benefit does it bring to share?
Might not feel comfortable with that number, and then that's going to be their decision from there on forward. There should be no problem if you say it, especially if they ask. I mean, if they're going to ask,
They should be willing to be accepting the number that comes out of your mouth.
And usually I only ask if I can see that the person is more inexperienced. Because if the person is experienced, if I can see, I know she's being around, and I'm okay with that. I'm glad for that, if anything. Like, okay, you were pleasing me right now because you have the experience you have, and I'm good with it.
Good point,
are
man.
you going to ask our numbers?
God, no. I'm not telling the world my number. I'll tell my first date maybe, but I'm not telling the world my number.
What?
It's personal.
You stepped forward. You said it was okay to say numbers. You stepped forward.
I definitely think there's more of a stigma for the girls, regardless of
Absolutely.
which part of the world you're in. It's-
I think if you care, as a man, if you care too much about your body count, you are very insecure, man. You cannot please your woman, and you worry about that.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go so far to say you're insecure. I'm not going to judge anybody else and say that because you know people are going to have their own reasons. You know, they have religious beliefs or morally where they stand, and that's beautiful when people hold themselves for marriage or things like that. Those things are beautiful. Let's not take away from that and say, oh, just because we're sexually liberated, that's the way it should be. Because there's a lot of sicknesses and sad things in the world that we're dealing with right now that I think are definitely due to our over-sexualization of our media and stuff like that.
I think one-night stands are fun.
Have you ever had cold pizza? No, because like I'm thinking about like sex for a man is like pizza. The bad pizza is still good pizza. Dude, I think there is one time in my life that I was like, wow, this was not pleasant. Other than that,
Oh my God.
I think as a norm, sex ends when the guy comes.
Yep.
Right? So if you don't treat the girl properly and you don't take care of her first, she might be not done. So for me, specifically, taking care of someone that I just get to know, that I just knew right now can be harder because every person is different. But if you work your way around, you talk, communication, you get there and then you do your job.
It's different if you're saying one-night stands are fun versus one-night stands can be fun, because they can be really bad.
Well, yeah, it could be fun, and I would step forward to say, yeah, it could be fun to have this, but like everything after would be so traumatic. I wouldn't want to go through this experience. So, is it fun? I mean, yes, I'll step forward. Having sex is fun, but it's like, is it positive? Is it good for us as individuals? I don't think so.
There are one-night stands that I did not consent to, but it was too quick. It was too soon. It was one night. That's the definition of a one-night stand. And I left it feeling complete like regret, saying this is not what I wanted. The other person thought it was consensual, sure, because I got there, but they didn't know me enough time. That's the definition of a one-night stand. Now that might be for everybody, but that's something just to keep in mind.
That speaks directly to the trauma. That speaks directly to the trauma that I was speaking of earlier. We have these things, and like how much of this is leading to us truly being like really unhappy in a society.
Because we don't know. Some people may say yes, they're all for it, and others might say yeah, sure. But then at the end of the day, they go home, cry in the shower, and you have no idea. You're like, it was consensual, it was great, and you're it could be for some, but others it isn't. Because again, one night stand.
My intent every time I'm intimate is to find a partner.
Yeah, because if I do be intimate with someone,
so the intention of not wanting to be in a relationship, that's so strange.
You're more Pakistani than I am, dude. Sorry, you're more Pakistani than I am.
Are you sure you're from the U.S.?
You don't go out just to have a good time.
I'll go out just to have a good time. I don't go sleep with somebody to have a good time.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, let me be more direct. You don't go on dating apps or a bar just to find someone to have sex in that night.
God, no. Oh, wait, but just to be clear, I've had one-night stands before, and but they fucking suck, man. Excuse my French. They suck.
they suck.
They suck.
I would never date a woman with an OnlyFans account.
Go ahead.
Do whatever you want in your life, that's fine. But in terms of intimacy and that, I wouldn't want that to be advertised, my partners to be advertised to the public.
I have a question for you.
I don't. I'm just
Right
not
off the
comfortable
bat.
with that.
Right
Yeah,
off the
go
bat.
for it, go for it.
OnlyFans many times is sexualized, is all of that. She's not showing anything. She's cosplaying. She has sexy clothes, but she's not showing anything. Would you be okay with that?
Maybe I'm old school that way. I just wouldn't want, I don't know what would go on there. I just wouldn't want my partner to be
You
advertised
don't want your
like
partner
that.
to be advertised because you don't want people to see her. So would you consider like an Instagram account with revealing clothes? I mean, today's clothes are pretty revealing. That's what reconciled it for me, was just the way that women dress in our society today. And I'm like, oh, well, they're basically already doing this. And so now my partner does have an OnlyFans account. And God, could I say anything to her? She takes care of her family. She makes like $30,000 a month.
She makes more than me. You make more than you.
If it's just feet pics, I'm cool with it. If it's basically pornography, I am not. Point blank, I don't even want to explain myself.
Pornography as like having two people having sex?
Or pornography of
Or
just
even
taking
your
pictures.
individual
Reveal
self
yourself,
being
play with
nude.
yourself.
I'm just not okay with that.
Are you not okay with the fact that the woman's nude, or that people are getting off on the woman?
That,
The
especially
woman
that.
being nude and basically exploiting her body, because I think sex is special. It's because of how I value sex. It has nothing to do with the physical naked body being on a camera or being in front of some. For me, it's more or less just the exploitation of your sexuality, which I find special for the person myself.
I mean, there's a lot of men out there that are not having any at all.
Go watch porn.
And that leads to violence in a society. It's very bad
Oh, yeah,
when,
it does.
when men don't have
Sexual
partners.
depression.
And so this is actually like, they're superheroes, you know? And not only, like, I hated porno and OnlyFans. I despised it because I love women so much, and I don't feel like this is empowering, but God, it's empowering. It's like, she doesn't have to sleep with somebody. She's in a safe place where no one's gonna hurt her. God, this is so good. And when you travel the world and see sexuality throughout the world, it's frightening, the sex work industry.
Thank you.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Hey,
let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. Come on, singer.
Hope you all enjoyed the newest video in the newest series. I personally really love making these videos. They're not so much about culture as the other videos usually are, but it's a kind of a cool way to learn about cultures through these answers, as well as tackling some really controversial subjects. If you like the videos, then don't forget to give it a like and let me know in the comments below. I actually do read the comments and they help a lot in creating new content. Subscribe to the channel for more on dating around the world and hit the bell button to receive notifications, because some of you don't even know I'm still making videos. So please hit the bell button so you're up to date on that. And I will see you next week with a new video, and keep on breaking down your barriers.